And a very pleasant good morning. Happy Labor Day. Hope you had a restful night of sleep, although if you're a light sleeper, perhaps you did not. With some showers and thunderstorms that went through overnight, and it was a decent light and sound show in parts of the area. But all that is now long since moved on. We're operating this morning on a 2-hour delay with modified morning kindergarten because of Labor Day. Just get the day started a little later. Most people are starting a little later today than they normally do. Couple of notes before we get to lots of weather information, most notably about Hurricane Dorian. As we talked about last week, it would be a ongoing, and rightfully so, story into Labor Day and beyond. It's still going to continue to get the headlines that it should over the course of the next several days. But before we get to that, do want to make these couple of notes. Yesterday, from midnight to midnight, September 1st, obviously happy September, by the way, officially at the airport, 3.38 inches of rain fell from midnight to midnight yesterday, which shattered the daily rain record for September the 1st. I think it was like an inch, 1.2 inches, so more than triple that almost. And it was more, the 3.38 was more than the entire month of August that we had officially in Pittsburgh by almost an inch. So those are some pretty good downpours that were moving through the area, especially last evening and last night. So just that little weather note, little weather record that was set. As I said, though, that's all moved on. Still can't rule out a spotty shower or two today, but most of the day is going to be rain-free. A couple of additional notes. Today is National VJ Day, Victory Over Japan Day. It was the official end of World War II. It's also National Blueberry Popsicle Day today. Born on this day, actor Keanu Reeves from The Matrix fame and also John Wick fame, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure fame. What was the other one? Point Break with Patrick Swayze. Man, that's a throwback in that movie as well. Actor Mark Harmon celebrates his birthday today. Tennis legend Jimmy Connors, if you're a fan of the game, U.S. Open going on as well. And Eric Dickerson, the NFL football legend. And our own legend, not only local legend, but NFL Hall of Fame legend, football legend, Terry Bradshaw celebrates his birthday today. He is 71 years old today. So happy birthday to the blonde bombshell, Terry Bradshaw. And I have a couple of little factoids about number 12 coming up in just a couple of minutes. So let us get to our weather information. By the way, allergies today are running, ragweeds are moderate, and tree pollens are still running in a high range today. All right, let me set this up. See, I'm kind of out of my routine here. All right, let's set this up now. There we go. That's a look at current radar. Again, it's quiet right now. A lot of clouds across the area, but nothing in the way of precipitation. Couple spotty showers up in through parts of Crawford County. And again, we could see something spotty here today. It's 66 right now. Southwest wind at 5. Dew points at 63 degrees. So it is moderately humid outside. There's the website, PittsburghWeatherNow.com. Very quickly, we'll run through some maps. This is a little bit of a different Wake Up Whiteboard weather. We're kind of rolling it all into one segment today. We'll just do this one, and then I'll see you again tomorrow, so I'll break it down for you. This is this afternoon. You can see a front east of us. Still could see a spotty shower, but I don't think it's going to be much. And then by this evening, that shower chance goes away. High pressure builds in, and what that means for our Tuesday is a real nice looking Tuesday, mostly sunny skies. This boundary to the north really never gets into our area until Wednesday. This is Wednesday. You can see a weak cold front crossing the area. I think that'll be our next chance, outside of something spotty today, to see a couple spotty showers. And then a big area of high pressure is going to build in here late in the week. All right, that's the local outlook. Here's the way it looks on, let me clear this off. Hold on. Bear with me. There we go. All right, here's the way it looks on satellite. That, my friends, as you know, is Hurricane Dorian. And you can see the red outline there. That is Grand Bahama Island. The bad news, the awful news for Grand Bahama Island is that the storm is pretty much stationary. It's moving at 1 mile an hour. So it is just pretty much sitting over Grand Bahama Island and just lashing them from hour to hour. And that's going to be the case really throughout the day today. Grand Bahama Island is just going to get pummeled over the course of today. And you can see the storm is not that far. It's about 115 miles east of West Palm Beach. So it is in the neighborhood of Florida. You can see some of the high bands of cirrus clouds circulating on shore. But the forecast pretty much remains unchanged. I'll show you with the National Hurricane Center. This was the last update. You can see the storm maintaining some strength, but never at this point forecast to make landfall. It is forecast to stay just offshore and parallel the coast right through Wednesday. And you can see Thursday kind of up in that little nook, Georgia, South Carolina nook by Thursday morning. And then really offshore, or not really, just offshore perhaps, of the Outer Banks. It's going to be really close Friday, and then it really accelerates heading in to Saturday. So that is the official track. Again, paralleling the coast. If it wobbles at all, it potentially could make landfall right along the Florida coast, but it's not expected to make any hard turn inland. It's really going to mainly be, the main impacts will be felt probably within 50 or 60 miles of the coast, which would be high surf, rough surf, some storm surge right along the coast, and there probably will be bands of rain showers that move inland from time to time. If you want to find a little bit of good news, when we talk about hurricanes, the right side of hurricanes, which would be the side out here. This is the right side, this is the left side, obviously. The right side of hurricanes is the most powerful side of hurricanes. So that said, the strongest part of the storm should stay well out over open water, with the weaker side of the storm getting closer to the coastline. So if there's going to be, that proximity, you want the weaker side to be close to the coast rather than the stronger side. And that should be the case. But still, it's going to parallel the coast. The forecast is make that hard right turn, parallel the South Carolina and southern North Carolina coast, and could potentially get really close to a landfall near the Outer Banks briefly on Friday morning before accelerating out toward the open water. So you can see there will be no local impact here in western Pennsylvania. We will watch from afar as the storm continues to make that trek along the Florida coast, really close, making that hard right turn, and heading back out to sea by this weekend. So that's the latest on Dorian. Let me take you over and I'll break you down today and through the day tomorrow. Wake Up Whiteboard Weather is always sponsored by WetGo Car Wash, over 40 locations across the area. And there's a good chance you may need a car wash now with some of the rain that fell yesterday and last night. So I recommend the Showroom Wash. It's top of the line. It's got the wax, the tire shine, the whole 9 yards. All right, your breakdown today. 10 a.m., 68 degrees, mostly cloudy. I include a spotty shower chance, but much of the day will be rain-free. I think it's just going to be fairly cloudy throughout the day today. Our high temperature right around 78 degrees. And then tonight, as we get some high pressure moving in here, we'll see clearing skies, 58 degrees, and for back to work and or school tomorrow, really nice day here. Mostly sunny skies and a high temperature right around 80 degrees. So clouds today, maybe a spotty shower. I see, Steve, you said you got a 2 o'clock grill time. Chances are it probably will be dry in Indiana, but if you get a shower, shouldn't last long. And then tonight we clear things out. Tomorrow, sunshine and 80 degrees. Again, the latest sort of points, headline points on Dorian. Still Category 5 with winds of 165. It's very slow moving. At this point, it is almost stationary over Grand Bahama Island. It is expected to be just offshore and parallel track along the coast of Florida, and then also Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina throughout the week. Heavy surf, some storm surge, and bands of rain will be the main impacts from the storm along the coast, with tropical storm force winds expected, but the strongest winds at this point are expected to stay offshore of Florida, Georgia, South, and North Carolina. And I can show you one more graphic, actually. Let me bring this up here. Hurricane Center puts up some really good graphics. As I told you, most of the impacts are going to be felt within 50 or 60 miles of the coast. This is sort of a flash flood outlook, and you can see the yellow indicating a slight chance of flash flooding, and the red a more moderate risk. And you can see everything with the yellows and the red are within about 50 or 60 miles of the coast. So that's where the main impacts will be felt, from Florida up through Georgia and the Carolinas. And this is through Wednesday and on into Thursday. So a lot of those beach towns are going to see deteriorating weather conditions, but at this point, it looks like the worst of the hurricane should stay offshore and out into at least some of the open waters of the Atlantic. So that's your weather information for today. As I said, we're not going to be around this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Sort of got you covered for today, tonight, and tomorrow. We'll get back to our regular schedule tomorrow, 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. A couple of final notes. As I told you, today was Terry Bradshaw's birthday. His middle name is Paxton, and he has two other brothers. He was the middle brother. He had an older brother, Gary, and a younger brother, Craig. The scorecard on Bradshaw, as you would expect, is very interesting. Of course, 4 Super Bowls. He has on his 4th marriage. He has written 5 books, and he's recorded 6 albums. So he's, outside of his football life, he's been very busy in his personal life. And this was really interesting. Back when he started in the NFL, and Was heard this from many men who worked in the NFL and the Steelers back in those early 70 days. He was also a used car salesman during the off season to supplement his income. They didn't make a lot of money back then, so a lot of these guys had other jobs in the off season to supplement their income, and Bradshaw's other job was as a used car salesman. So there's your Terry Bradshaw, little factoids on this Bradshaw's 71st birthday today. As always, please share Whiteboard Weather with your Facebook friends. Have yourself an outstanding Labor Day today. Make it a leisurely Labor Day today. And I will see you bright and early, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then as always, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is a big fantasy football day in the Verzella household, so the legend has got to get ready for some drafting. Have yourself, again, a great day today, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Peace.